All right, computer games.
Computer games.
Computer games. What are you talking about here?
I used to be in computer games a lot more.
Right.
As I've gotten older, I've sort of become less and less interested. Or the games have got to meet a higher benchmark for me to spend my time on them, given that I've got less and less time.
Right.
But really, any computer game that involves strategy, I like. So you can see the common theme.
Right.
My board games require strategy to be interesting. My work requires some sort of challenge, analytical challenge to be interesting and engaging for me, and so does my computer games.
Yeah. What are some 2 or 3 computer games that you would say your favorite, or some that you really enjoyed? Not necessarily favorite, but like, man, I really like that game. Like, are there any that sort of jump out and say, yeah, I really like that one?
Planescape Torment.
Planescape Torment.
Yeah, Planescape Torment. It's this game was probably in the 90s.
Right.
Man, fantastic game.
Yeah.
You never see the like of it again, I reckon. Back when graphics wasn't the key.
Right.
Back when all they had was text and some pictures. This game wasn't made by producers wanting to make money. This game was made by, I think, quite a number of authors working together.
Wow.
And then finally it was made into a game, and the storyline, wow. It's fantastic.
It's just really convoluted, I'm guessing.
Really complex storyline, and you'd have twists in it better than any twist you'd see in a movie.
Really?
Yeah. And
Planescape, is that Plane?
Yeah, plane, and then
Scape, SCAPE, and then Torment.
Yep.
Wow. Is that still around? Can you still play that?
I'm sure you could still play it, but you probably have to get some sort of engine that can run in that.
That sounds really interesting, actually.
Like, imagine, you have a single author making something like Game of Thrones.
Right.
Now imagine 3 authors working together to create something.
Wow.
So 3 times the amount of thought that's gone into the plot twists and how things turn out.
Wow.
It's just wow.
I'd argue that may turn some people off because it's too complicated, no?
So it's not like so not everyone will get it.
Right.
Which will turn some people off. But I find that when I watch movies, I like some movies, some people don't like some movies I like. And I realize that people like movies for different things. I like the plot aspect of a movie quite a lot. So I find it rare that I like a movie which has bad plot.
Right.
So in this case, it's giving me what I want, plot. But if you're not after a good plot, then, that's not the game for you.
Gotcha. What's another game that really springs out and say, yeah, that was an awesome game?
Oh, man.
Because I know, the reason I ask is computer games is getting increasingly popular in this day and age. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are keen to. So
actually, most of the games I'm thinking about now are all very old. which says to me,
which is fine,
which actually comes to one of the things which I think about is games today are so different from games a decade or 2 decades ago, because back then, I know they say gamers used to play games.
Yes.
Now everyone plays games.
Right.
And everyone's a gamer now, but some people think, no, I'm a gamer. These guys are just casual gamers. They're different. All that stuff, right? I'm not going to go into that, but they make games. Political, They make games for casual gamers. And when I say casual gamers, I don't want to say it demeaningly, but it's just people who just want to pick up a game, not really get into it, but just want to spend time, pass the time, and then go back to whatever they want to do. Whether they pick it up for 2 minutes at the bus stop or whatever it is, so that they can unwind or do something that keeps them from boredom. Now, lots of those games out there, none of those games interest me. So the games which I like are the long-term, challenging, in-depth games.
Right. So give me another example. For those who want to go out and explore, they've got Planescape Torment.
Star Control 2.
Star Control?
Yeah, Star Control 2.
Star Control. Really funky names here.
So this was, oh my gosh, this is also another 90s game.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. This game is so good.
All you real gamers out there, if you haven't tried this already, you're going to have to try these 2 games.
So this one was, you started off as a human ship, like a space traveling ship.
Yep.
You're the first one to exit to visit the moon or whatever it is, and you come back, and aliens have come and shielded off the Earth planet.
Wow.
And you can't go back in because there's been some sort of interplanetary like war,
right?
And Earth has been quarantined off,
right? And
you have to use your ship to try and figure out what's happening in the solar system. And
okay,
you
that sounds really complicated.
It's just enormous. There's a huge plot going on what's happening in terms of civil war between different alien races, slowly like taking over the galaxy, and what's going to happen to Earth, and how you deal with alien races and negotiate treaties and get allies to fight back. Amazing.
Is this also a text-based game?
So both of them have a lot of text, but also have pictures and all that. And you fly around in your ship and you shoot other ships and stuff.
Oh, so there is that motion.
It just
stuff?
Looks terrible compared to what you see these days.
But there's a lot. So are you interacting at a text level as well?
No.
Okay, so there's a lot of story.
A lot of story.
So the actual movement, I'm going to say joystick movements, is that part stimulating as well, or is it more the story?
It's just like on the keyboard, but it's all stimulating. That game, all of it was stimulating.
Interesting. Okay, so what about? I mean, I'm not a gamer by any means. I sort of steer clear of that stuff because I just have an addictive personality, so I don't want to get too hooked on that stuff. So, otherwise I won't be able to do anything else. The only few games that I know of, say, like, how would you rate World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo? So these are 3 games I know almost everyone's played. Would you rate them as enjoyable? Or?
I love it. You picked the 3 Blizzard games.
Oh, well, there you go.
3.
There you go. I should get sponsored by Blizzard. There you go.
So World of Warcraft, I played it. So obviously I've played all 3. Yep. Being an avid gamer.
Yes.
I don't particularly enjoy Diablo.
Why is that?
So Diablo I found a little not challenging for me.
Okay, yeah.
So to me Diablo was the sort of beginning for what I saw as the point and click games.
Sure.
Where there was no real good plot and there was no real challenge, but it appealed to people who like clicking on things and just like getting in that game, killing monsters.
Yep.
And in my head, it's the click, positive reinforcement, dopamine hit.
Right.
Hit, positive. And you get that with Angry Birds. You get that with Clash of Clans. You get that with a lot of games now where they make it so that it targets the addictive personality and hits you with as much dopamine as it can and tries to reinforce it with variable dopamine hits.
So here's something that's relatively easy to achieve. You've achieved it, you get that satisfaction.
And the key thing, you don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
So you like pulling down the pokies, you're not really sure what you're going to get or nothing. You pull it down or nothing, but once in a while it gives you a good payoff and you get a larger dopamine hit. And the variability is like gambling, and it's like...
There you go,
it's
guys.
Like computer game crack.
Dennis,
that's what they're doing to you. And if you don't know it, that's what they're doing to you.
Dennis has just broken down the psychology behind computer games. And I think you're spot on, mate, actually. That's, but we also love it. That's why it gets consumed like crazy, right? So, okay, so Diablo wasn't so challenging. World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft, I played because a lot of my friends played it.
Yep.
And it was challenging for a little while, but it just requires so much time.
Right.
So I stopped playing that after about a year or 2 years of playing it.
Okay.
But I played it for a long time. And StarCraft I don't play anymore. Used to play it. Very challenging. But also took a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I watch it now.
What do you mean? Oh, you watch the
StarCraft.
games.
So there are, so there's competitive gaming happening in the computer game world.
Yep.
They call it esports, just like...
Of course.
It's like...
it's the future of...
Future of sports.
Yes.
Computer games plus whatever. So I watch that. Find it interesting enough.
Okay. Yeah, of course, because you know how the game works. So just watching that makes it really... I mean, it's like watching a story unfold, I guess.
Yep.
Wow. So, so you've got heavy inclination to the good old 90s Planescape, Torment, Star Control 2. Any other ones? It's like, yeah, you guys really need to play this game if you want to get into PC gaming.
Or
is there any that sort of jumps out at you?
Fallout.
Fallout, okay.
Yeah. So Fallout, the whole series, not the new ones, not the new ones,
not the new ones,
old ones,
the old ones.
Yeah. So the old ones. If you look up Fallout, there's Fallout, the new ones, anything in the 2000s plus, not those.
Okay, so how do you distinguish? Are they two different franchises with the same name, or is it the same franchise?
So with computer games, a lot of the old publishing houses have got new bosses by now. So the games which are fantastic in the 90s are now run by different people.
Gotcha.
And the people who run it now are running games for producers who want to make money.
Okay.
Back then, they wanted to make money, but also they wanted to build franchise value or whatever else. So it's very different. It's been marketed now and people are investing. It's all about making money, which is very different.
Okay.
So the ones previously, they had a lot more effort put into them, not just how much investment do we have to make, put in to make the money we want to make with this game. That's not the question. Previously, it was how much do we have to put in to make this game fantastic.
Right. Gotcha.
And I think that's why there's such a difference.
So the old Fallout. But they all called the same Fallout.
I think it's called Fallout, and then there's Fallout 2. Right. Those were really good.
Okay. We'll confirm that, and I'll put that in the show notes as well. But, all right, Fallout. I mean, I'm not familiar with that game, so just write that down, and for whoever wants to explore, go for it.